to Celtic Park, the home of the champions for this evening's Premiership match against Falkirk. And we have 4 young match masters with us today. They are 81 and age 5 from Motherwell, Roy Collins is 6 from Whistle, Paul Licker 9 from Bishopton, and Bernard Shaw is age 10 and from Belfast. We'll run through the team names very shortly, but before that we have an important safety message from our safety officer.
This is a safety message to all spectators. The signal you are about to hear will be made before an important safety message. When you hear the signal, we would ask that you pay close attention to the message and any instructions which follow. This is the signal.
Celtic Football Club does not tolerate unacceptable conduct at Celtic Park or at any away venue. Celtic was established in 1888 as a club open to all. Today, we are pleased to welcome fans from all over the world and all walks of life to our home, Celtic Park. We are rightly proud of the great reputation which the club has and the fantastic support which you the fans give. Thank you for your positive support and ask again that you continue to back the Celtic Club.
And here are this afternoon's team, starting with the visitors' Falkirk. In goal, number 1 is Nicky Hogan, 2 Kieran Adams, 3 Liam McCann, 8 is Brad Spencer, 11 Ben Roscoe, 14 is Vic Yates, 15 Luke
Celtic have lost 8 games in the Premiership this season. They haven't lost 9 since just before Martin O'Neill first rode into town. 1999-2000 season. John Barnes, Kenny Dalglish.
Yeah, and in many ways it's incredible that Celtic are still in with the chance of winning the title. Out ball from Sinisalo into James Forrest 3 times on the diagonal. I don't really think that's James Forrest's game, that long diagonal for him to flick it on.
You might be right there. Yang. Keelan Adams actually gets the throw off Yang. Keelan Adams, who's gone from Glasgow Uni to Cumbernauld Colts to Falkirk and to the Scottish Premiership in a couple of years. Quite the journey. It will be a free kick as Ralston manhandles Miller.
It's a stupid foul to give away because Miller just chested that ball down to James Forrest.
Connor Allen. Falkirk without the experience of Liam Henderson at the back today, and Philip Glisser, who's been excellent on loan from Swansea, both injured. And of course their first choice keeper Scott Bain also out. Ingles over to Forrest. James Forrest looking to make it happen. Dylan Tate needs to find a way out. And it's going to be a corner.
Yeah, suffocated there, Tate.
Benjamin Nygren has made it to 20 goals for Celtic, looking to provide one for somebody here. Nygren's corner.
There's no touch from Trusty. He got across that near post well.
Liam Scales. Got away with that one.
Yeah, he did. It's not really his game. Well, the best part of his game, I should say, is his distribution. And these first 16 minutes have been the story of Celtic's season. Haven't really found the flow.
It's Martin O'Neill's 30th game of this season. There's 122 of them. It's not been pretty at times, he will admit that, but it has ultimately been effective. Tierney. Yang. Will there be a breakout here for Falkirk? It was a good idea to get the ball to Calvin Miller, but they weren't able to.
Good challenge from Anthony Ralston there.
Celtic fans trying to lift their team. Nothing much happening yet, but maybe that will change now. Arne Engels is going to go for the curler.
Right idea, wrong execution.
Still waiting for an attempt on goal in this game. Only Celtic, Rangers and Hearts have a better away record than Falkirk in the Premiership this season. Falkirk have won more games away than at home.
And they had that tremendous win at Motherwell, didn't they? A couple of weeks back.
Yeah, they won there twice this season. And that's not easy these days at Falkirk Park. Forrest for Ralston, Connor Allen had his eye on that. Dylan Tate just ran in to Negron there.
Negron not happy, but I've got to say there's a real lack of urgency from Celtic. Just 20 minutes, we see the little shove there, but Anthony Ralston, I think, on an earlier occasion, took ages to take a throw in.
Well, Engels and Spencer are coming together. Might get this throw in taken soon. Bonded over by Engels. We are 20 minutes in. Not a lot to report. The Motherwell and Hibs manager Zah watching on. And tomorrow it's the Edinburgh Derby at Easter Road. Hibernian against Hearts. 3:30 Sky Sports Football. Yang. Oop, Calvin Miller will be onto that. Mistake from Yang. Now Finn Yates. Away by Ralston. Brad Spencer! And Sinisalo had to quickly get across to save that.
Gotta say, brilliant technique from Spencer. Careless from Yang initially. Running in and smothered. And then Miller pops it out right. Ralston pops the ball up, but the technique is absolutely tremendous, and Sinisalo, smart save, eye on the ball there, Spencer, and that is creeping in.
That was a late dive, but he got there. Looked for a moment like it would head in from Brad Spencer. Some goal it would have been. Lewis Nilsson on loan from Hearts will head that on. Falkirk having a flurry of activity here. Spencer again. Dylan Tate. Yates allowing Trusty to clear. Falkirk close to a special moment that would have given them the lead at Celtic Park. Midway point of the first half. So Leon McCann will take this throw at some point. Off the head of Ralston. Forrest. Negron. Negron steps in. Trusty now for Tierney. Scales is going to have to go back.
Just got to pass the ball quicker, not take so many touches. You can see the longer this first half has gone on, just over halfway through it, but Falkirk are beginning to fancy this.
Barney Stewart backing into Scales. Broggio. And now McCann. Falkirk are starting to threaten here. And that fair fist across just evaded Calvin Miller, but it will be a corner.
That was some ball. It really was. We saw that stat just before. There were Falkirk had 5 or 6 touches in the Celtic box in the last 5 or 10 minutes, but that was a tremendous ball in, and Trusty, I don't think he necessarily meant that. Celtic have got a corner to defend.
Calvin Miller will take this. Hoisted high by Miller. Trusty got a touch. Now Spencer ready to send it straight back in there. Here's Dylan Tate. Bit hopeful from there perhaps.
Yeah, not quite the technique of Brad Spencer 5 or 10 minutes earlier, but as I say, this Falkirk team, their tails are up, they're fancying this, they're sensing the Celtic uncertainty.
Three years ago, Falkirk were about to lose a playoff to Adrionians, but they responded rather well. Back-to-back promotions from League One to the Championship to the Premiership. Tierney. Ralston onto this. It's opening up for a shot, and Hogarth has to make the save.
Smart save, he should be making it, but Ralston does well, steps in, reads the situation superbly, tries to pick out that left-hand corner, but Hogarth gets there.
Well, he did score last week in the Scottish Cup. Ralston, his first goal for over a year. Negron's corner, Trusty came in again. It's going to be another corner though. Similar to the last one. Negron tries again, bit more height on it this time. Callum McGregor. Forrest. Engels now for Ralston. And back they go again to Sinisalo, which is irking some of their fans.
Yeah, there's that out ball, that switch, and I think that's 4 occasions that hasn't worked for Celtic.
Yang and Forrest have swapped sides for now as Hogarth nearly gets caught by Dyson Maida. A few keepers have suffered that scenario, including last week at Hampden. Now Negron. Adams read that one. Calvin Miller. Miller now for Tate. And Tate gets the free kick taken out by Ralston, but Falkirk certainly playing with some purpose now.
Yeah, outstanding from Miller. Just previous to that, Benjamin Negrin coming on the inside, and he's looking for a decisive run from Arne Engels. Engels hesitant, and then Falkirk end up getting up the pitch through Miller's excellent play, and a free kick on this left-hand side. Can they cause Celtic a problem?
Lewis Nilsson on loan from Hearts is in there as Calvin Miller sends it in. It's met by Trusty. Adams. McCann. Spencer. Adams closed down by Maida. He's at it again, Dyson Maida! If you give him the opportunity, that is what he does. How very Dyson Maida and Celtic really needed that. They have the edge as the post-split fixtures begin.
Well, he's a pressing machine, isn't he? Dyson Maida. Falkirk just dally on the ball. I've got to say, when he steps onto it, I'm not so sure I fancied him to finish it, but the finish is brilliant. It really is. Careless at the back from Adams. And Maida gets the block. And then it's about a bit of composure. Has a little look up. Hogarth can't get back. There's the look. There's the finish. And it's just settled things down now inside the stadium.
He's at it again, Dyson Maida. He's won it back again, but this time it's a routine save for Hogarth.
Come on, Dyson, don't get carried away. I mean, that's his game, isn't it? Tremendous once again. I think Falkirk would have learned the lesson, but yeah, in a long way out.
Adams, a lot of players are feeling like he is right now. Finn Yates with the cross, Calvin Miller! It goes just wide from the former Celtic rookie.
Clever effort, wasn't it? The ball just stood up, and you can see the idea. It just loops over Sinisalo's bar. The cross from Yates picks his teammate out brilliantly. It just goes past the post, in fact, but not far away. I'm not so sure Sinisalo was getting that.
Dyson Maida given another gift for the second weekend running. He had gone 17 games without a goal. Now 2-2.
Well, from Celtic's point of view, you'd say a good time to find his form.
Barney Stewart hurt, but Dyson Maida opening the score up, scoring a bit later than he did last week.
And that pressing is something which Martin O'Neill feels that Iheanacho can't do. He can give Celtic great equality in terms of holding the ball in.
Well, as it stands, despite their issues this season, Celtic would be level on points with Hearts, who have a better goal difference. The Rangers have a better goal difference than both of them. The 1 point between the top three at the moment. Rangers hosting Motherwell tomorrow, and of course there's the Edinburgh derby. Hibs will be absolutely desperate to put a dent in Hearts' hopes. Maida. Maida scoring just as Falkirk had started to probe themselves. Maida, he's up for it.
Great turn, exceptional dynamism there to get away from his marker.
McGregor's found Ingles. Conrad Allen took the sting out of that, and it comes to Tate. Tate's fouled by Ingles.
Yeah, Celtic in a good position there. But in behind that Falkirk midfielder, Ingles just trying to force the pass.
Spencer, who came close himself to opening the scoring, a fine save from Sinisalo. Nielsen, Spencer, Adams. Spencer helps it on. Here's Ben Brosio. It's going to end up with Sinisalo. And Tierney on the move. Forrest outside, Maida inside. It's away by Allen. James Forrest. Hogarth unable to catch it. McCann. Free kick for Barney Stewart.
Does brilliantly. Feels Austin Trusty behind him, uses his body, draws the foul. Been on the periphery really so far, Barney Stewart, to this game.
And John McGlynn's side had started to come into the game. They still might have a bit to offer. Here's Miller. Taking on Ralston. Saw him off.
How easy was that though for Falkirk, Spencer, just to get the ball and pop it in? I think it was to Yates. And that free kick, just careless from Celtic.
Right up. At it again. It's broken kindly here to McGregor. Now Forrest. It's James Forrest, and it's blocked. McGregor, it's going to be a free kick. From Yates on the receiving end.
Yeah, McGregor saying he won the ball there.
Yates taken out there by Liam Scales.
Liam Scales frustrated as Callum McGregor was moments earlier. He's saying he got part of the ball. Yates takes a bang. There we are, Barney Stewart. I think he's had the fewest touches in the game, and if you asked him, he'd like a touch in the Celtic box. That may come.
They come here. Brad Spencer to whip this in. And Maida was there to clear it. Broggio gives it back to Spencer. Miller. Offside, Connor Allen. Free kick for Nygren. Austin, well, it found a way through to Forrest, but never should have done. Kieran Tierney. Forrest. Nygren. Yang. That's the corner off McCann.
Yeah, good persistence in the end. Two Falkirk players over on the side of the ball, but Yang winning the corner.
McGregor the recipient. Ralston, Nygren. Away by Nilsson. Moans and groans as Ralston goes back to Sinisalo as we enter the final 5 minutes of the first half.
That ball still isn't working for Celtic.
I can tell you're getting a bit annoyed by that now.
No, just an observation.
Adams. Keelan Adams does have Broggio close by, on loan from Aston Villa, and he's been good for Falkirk too. Spencer. Adams. Broggio. Adams across, screened by Scales.
Some of the football has been excellent from Falkirk. Adams at fault for the Celtic goal. Good little give and go. Forrest tries to get back, and Liam Scales, good position.
Calvin Miller goes across again to take this. He has the most assists in all of the Premiership this season. 9. Miller right into the heart of it. Trust he made some sort of contact. Tate. McCann. Spencer. Broggio. Gives it back to his captain. Miller. Kept occupied by Forrest. But a corner.
As well there, Miller to win the corner. Looked like Forrest just going to get his body in and do enough for Celtic.
Miller electing to go back to Spencer. Dylan Tate came in but couldn't direct his header goalwards.
He knows the flag didn't go up. Let's have a look. Lovely touch from Spencer, who's had an excellent first half. I think Tate was onside. Just didn't read the flight of the ball well enough.
Well, that goes down as a big chance for Falkirk.
There you go, Falkirk. Better of the action areas in this first half, but that's not the important thing.
Spencer now for Broggio. Pinched once more by Maida. Ingles runs onto it. they've had their issues this season, but they are right in this title race.
Well, once again, it's all about Dazen Maida. Absolutely outstanding in this first half. His pressing and that early pass, excellent. Tierney first touch, and then he thinks, I'm just going for power, and that ball stays hit. Touch, and bang, he thumps it in off the underside of the bar. And Celtic, just a bit of breathing space, but excellent from Dazen Maida. That first touch from Kieran Tierney, he has a little look up. First touch just allows him to come onto it with his favoured left foot. And he hammers it home.
A goal crucial in its timing just before the break, because Falkirk have had a bit to offer. Kieran Tierney scoring his 6th goal of the season, and that's to go with 11 assists as well.
What we can say about Celtic, we've criticised them in terms of not being ruthless enough this season, but Dazen Maida's finish and then Kieran Tierney's absolutely first class.
Only 1 minute added on to this first half. Nilsson, Adams. The first half drawing to a close with Celtic in a good place. Spencer going for goal again, not quite as close as his last effort from range.
Not the same conviction as his earlier volley. I think he'll be a little bit happier. Couldn't tell by his face though.
Seen that look a few times over the years, as you have indeed as well. Celtic have a firm grip on this game. Another gift for Dazen Maida after he moved in menacingly on Keenan Adams. Maida's finish was good, and Kieran Tierney's was spectacular. And as it stands, Celtic are moving level on points with the leaders' Hearts. At the break, it's Celtic 2, Falkirk 0.
So time for the Paradise Windfall, sponsored by Howden. Today we have two girls from Eastfield Bike with us with your Molly and boxing accordingly. So we thank them for making the draw, and they are about to make someone £10,000 richer. So today in the Paradise Windfall, the winning ticket is T for Tango. T for Tango, 3, 2, 2, 3. So T for Tango, 3, 2, 2, 3. You've just won £10,000. So please make yourself known to the nearest steward and they'll bring you down ringside. Our other winners today, F for Foxtrot, 2081. That's F for Foxtrot. And now, as we get a chance, let's take a look back at those two goals that gave Celtic the advantage at the half-time interval. Saturdays. Let's make some noise for the boys in Celtic!
Well, Celtic haven't been at their most convincing, but we seem to have been saying that all season. They have a 2-0 lead. Tyson Maida with an excellent finish for the first after he pinched the ball, and he did the same, which led to the second goal. In his previous 5 seasons at Celtic, Kieran Tierney scored 5 Premiership goals. Now he has 6 in this campaign. Martin O'Neill working his magic at Celtic, very much in this title race, and looking very good for another 3 points here. Falkirk know they need to score next, but they've shown enough to suggest that they are capable of that, Chris.
Oh, absolutely, and there's days of Maida again. And there's days of Maida again. I think with regards to Falkirk, I think John McGlynn will say after the game, do you know what, the performance was there in the first half, but they'll be disappointed with the manner of goals that they conceded. So you're right, it's all about the next goal in this game.
Barney Stewart. Stewart onto it again, and now Calvin Miller. Can Falkirk fashion a chance at the start of this half? Ralston clears. Falkirk without their mostly first choice centre halves this season. Philip Lisser, who's been excellent on loan from Swansea, and Liam Henderson. Engels. Negron running onto this. Negron. Engels. Corner.
He just lacks a yard of pace, doesn't he, Benjamin Negron? Spencer eventually gets back and gives away a corner, but he's on Engels.
Negron had been taking the corners, but it's Engels' turn. Honor Engels sends it in. Didn't clear the first man though. Sent back by Ralston, but not in the general direction of Engels.
Yeah, just wonder whether Alistair Johnston, back for Celtic on the bench, whether Martin O'Neill is thinking about giving him a half an hour or so.
Ricky Hogarth, once of Celtic's youth system, in for the former Celtic keeper Scott Bain, who's injured. Tate, Trusty, knocked on by Negron, but Connor Allen was there. Certainly not moving particularly well at the moment. Spencer. McCann. Barney Stewart on the chase. Sinisalo comes out, and the flag goes up anyway.
Yeah, Trusty just got attracted to Finn Yates, and Stewart drifted into an offside position.
Ralston. Scales for Forest. Dylan Tate. Angles grounded. The referee has let this go. Finn Yates passes a stray one though. The referee's going to have to blow his whistle here.
There's the challenge, Tate on. Engels goes to ground. He takes Engels out. Engels just come back from injury, back on his feet.
Mither ordered away with Tate. Yang. Here's Ralston. McGregor. Ralston. Scales. James Forrest making his first Premiership start since the 4-0 win over Falkirk here in October. Martin O'Neill's first game back. Yang. Neil McCann in the way. Calvin Miller will get the free kick. The assistant referee was giving a throw to Celtic there.
Gotta say, I think it was a free kick in the end. Just needs to slow down at times, Yang. Everything is 100 miles an hour. He's on the ball, he needs to settle and compose himself.
Off the head of Ralston. Leon McCann will take this throw. Another who's been on quite a journey to the top flight. Hamilton and Adrianians. Trusty made sure he won that. Spencer took a sore one there.
Spencer's tight on Days and Maida. See, he just catches him with his right elbow. Flailing arm.
It's been a pivotal performance from Days and Maida today. Looking sharp. To swerve Maida there. Spencer caught in possession though. Engels thought he was in, but Nelson turned it behind.
Well, Celtic's best work today. They've been out of possession.
Engels with a quick corner. Calvin Miller. over towards Ben Brogio and Barney Stewart, but he pinged it straight through to Sinisalo. Ralston, Yang. McGregor. Tierney. Forrest. Forrest managed to get his cross in. It's over the head of Negron though. Ralston taken out by Calvin Miller. And that is going to be a promising free kick for Celtic.
It was good from James Forrest getting to the byline, and Ralston gets there first.
Minutes into the second half, and Celtic have an opportunity to make it 3-0. They've actually scored plenty of goals against Falkirk this season in their 4 previous meetings. Ingles whips that one in, away by Tate. Celtic have scored 13 goals against Falkirk this season, including in a League Cup tie. Calvin Miller in towards Barney Stewart, closely watched by Ralston. Yang gave it away. So did Stewart. Now Callum McGregor advancing. Needs an option. Ingles, Forrest.
Yeah, he made a mess of that, didn't he? Right smile from James Forrest. It's good from Callum McGregor. Driving out from the back. Pass, Forrest onside. You can see Dazen Maida at the far post saying, just find me.
Nilsson. Tierney back to Scales. Now McGregor. Negron. Slipping it through perfectly here for Yang. And there it is. No, it's offside. The flag goes up and it's not going to count for Yang.
I mean, my initial feeling was that he was offside, but let's have a look. Negron on the half turn. Yeah, he goes early, doesn't he? And then I think the frustration is, why does the assistant on the far side take so long to flank?
He's having the best scoring season of his career, Yang, 9 goals. Not getting into double figures yet. Looks like the first Celtic change will see the arrival of Sebastian Tonetti. Maida. Maida will use Tierney. Ingles. passes here. Yang. Celtic passing it around, moving it around, switching it around. Tenecti will replace James Forrest shortly. Here is Forrest. He's delivered his cross and Yang knocked it down, but no takers.
Good knockdown. Good ball, James Forrest. That's where he's so bright as a winger. People show him the outside, he'll take it. And more often than not, put a pretty decent ball in.
Falkirk are also going to make a change, we think, with Ethan Ross. Kyrell Wilson coming on. Forrest has picked out Arna Engels. Blocked by Spencer. Austin Trusty and Liam Scales up for this. Couple of goals for both this season. Engels gets good height on that, away by Hogarth. Nygren. McGregor! Blocked by Brad Spencer on its way through.
Yeah, I wonder whether Nygren should have tried to take that on first time. McGregor certainly got power in his shot.
So James Forrest's first start since Falkirk came here in October comes to an end as he is replaced by Sebastian Tenecti, who scored in that game in October, and it was his first Premiership goal. Double change. Finn Yates and Ben Broggio are going off for Falkirk. Ethan Ross, who's another talented player within the Falkirk ranks, coming on, and Kyrell Wilson, who, like the absent Philip Lissa, is on loan from Swansea. Yang. Ralston. Almost came to Tenecti. Tierney. Oh, that's a cross.
Just couldn't get on the end of that. One thing on his mind there, Kieran Tierney, the early cross in, and
Scales taking out Calvin Miller there. There'll be no quick free kick though.
Miller on the half turn. Scales does catch him.
Yang quickly on to McCann, but he's seen him off. Ralston quickly on to Miller, but that is deemed a foul as well. Adams. Essentially stayed in, but Trusty is taken out Kyrell Wilson, and we are going to see a yellow card here for Austin Trusty.
I tell you, Wilson Replacement for Broggio. Good pace on that right-hand side. He gets there first and Trusty goes to ground. I don't think he can have any real complaints.
Free kick for Falkirk as they look for a way back into this game. Calvin Miller over it. Miller floated it in. Connor Allen was the man who met it.
Good ball in. Allen hits the target there.
Spencer for Stewart and now Miller. Turned away by Tierney.
It's one of those, the pace on the ball. Very difficult for Sinisalo to save that.
That was a chance for Connor Allen, who now finds McCann. Barney Stewart up against Trusty and Ralston. Doing all right at the moment. Gets some support from McCann. Spencer. Stewart was offside there, so didn't get involved.
Yeah, this was the chance from the free kick. Wicked ball in, and it's in front of Liam Scales. As Allen just can't direct it inside that far corner.
Nielsen. Stewart. Wilson. Oh, and it came fast at Stewart.
Well, the one thing Celtic would have learned with Wilson coming on, he is quick, he's direct. One thing on his mind, faces Tierney up. Hard one that to direct from Stewart. All fired across at him.
Sean McGlynn, the PFA Scotland Manager of the Year in the last 2 seasons, and might be in the conversation again. Also, especially if they'd reached the Scottish Cup final. Ethan Ross now. Away by Trusty. Falkirk just having a little spell.
Yeah, good little period. Had to weather a bit of a Celtic storm at the start of the second half.
Wilson down the line here for Adams. It's Wilson. Just evaded Barney Stewart. It's coming to McCann. Spencer. Lost out to McGregor. But Falkirk have it back as Yang lost it, not for the first time. Ross. McCann.
Just keeps coming back at the minute for Celtic.
Tate. Wilson certainly making his presence felt. Dylan Tate whipped that in, but away by Scales. Maida now. Negrin. Taken out by Spencer.
And that may just give Celtic a little bit of breathing space, time to settle things down. There we go, last 5 minutes. It's only 5 minutes, but it shows Falkirk's dominance.
Richard O'Neill won his last title 22 years and 1 week ago. Sean Maloney alongside. Celtic going level on points with Hearts if they win this, and therefore above Rangers in the process. Ethan Ross helps it on, advantage will be played here. It's McCann over towards Wilson. Kyrell Wilson! That is a hit! That is some strike! And Falkirk are back in the game and asking questions of Celtic.
And you know what? I sensed it was coming. I think Martin O'Neill did. And Wilson has really livened things up for Falkirk on this right-hand side. Reckless challenge from Ralston. But the quality of this finish is absolutely sensational. Looks like he's onside. That touch, and it just sits there waiting to be hit. And does he hit it? Rifles the ball. Just cuts across it into the roof of the net. That is a sensational finish. Sinisalo, absolutely no chance. What a finish that is.
Well, that could be a goal of the season contender. Might have had another one as well. Kieran Tierney in this game as we enter the last 20 minutes. Anthony Ralston has been booked for that challenge on the halfway line. The referee played the advantage, and just as well for Falkirk.
Yep, good advantage from the referee, Ryan Lee.
Not quite so comfortable now. Kyrell Wilson has cut across Kieran Tierney there, and that's going to be a yellow card for him. Well, he's certainly getting himself noticed.
Well, he is. On to Tierney immediately, and he's a bit unlucky there. He catches Tierney on the follow-through. Well, you said, Ian, start the second half, next goal. Falkirk have got it, and they're the team in the ascendancy.
Martin O'Neill's response to that is going to be a triple change, including the return of Alistair Johnston, Marcelo Sirachi as well, and Kelechi Iheanacho all being prepared here. And they want to get him on quick. Kieran Tierney comes off. Anthony Ralston also making way, and Yang will be the last to be replaced. A quick response from the gaffer. Alistair Johnston's return really could be key for Celtic in this run-in.
Yeah, it's just how fit, isn't it, for Alistair Johnston? And Nacho goes as that central striker as expected. There's a knife out left, and Taneki gone out to that right-hand side.
Played a few games in August and came back in October, Alistair Johnston, but was then injured again. You could hear the reaction from the Celtic fans to see him back in that right-back slot. In the air from Connor Allen. Celtic fans would dearly love a third goal now to restore their two-goal advantage and give them some breathing space.
Yes, it's not been that sort of season, has it, for Celtic? That's where he's been a big miss, hasn't he, on that? Think about his forward running in that inside channel. Alistair Johnston, they're just not quite the same team. He's not there.
Johnston's throw towards Iheanacho. Johnston did actually score against Falkirk in the League Cup meeting between the teams here back in August. Tonecti over on that side now. Yeah, it's not often that Celtic do comfortable, is it?
No, certainly not this season.
Oxlade-Chamberlain will be next to join us. Scored his 50th goal in British football against St Mirren, the only goal of that game. Tate sent back by Johnston. Iheanacho, his layoff nearly finds Adams, but that wasn't much better from him.
He's got to get hold of that. Iheanacho can't be loose with his hold-up play.
Final 15 minutes. And the first post-split fixture in the title run-in. So we are back tomorrow with the Edinburgh Derby at Easter Road from 3:30 on Sky Sports Football. Hibernian and Hearts. Wilson. Sirachi. He's even skirting the referee there. Johnson. Tonecti. Ingalls. What's a lovely back flick for Johnston. And that was going to be a free kick. Foul by Tate. And a card is coming his way as well.
Ingalls gets there first, and yeah, that's a poor challenge from Tate.
Benjamin Negron standing over this. He has scored in his previous 3 Premiership games against Falkirk. Celtic are going to make that change first. Callum McGregor, the captain, making way for Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain. Alistair Johnson now has the captain's armband on his return to action. Celtic third would certainly calm things down for them in what remains of this game. It's Negron, and Hogarth gets across to deal with it.
Comfortable save in the end. Negron accurate with his left foot, was creeping in.
And he will now take the corner. It's Dylan Tate who meets a poor corner. Sirachi over to Maida. Sirachi. Trusty. Johnston up to Tenecti. He didn't hang around with the cross, but it's actually turned into something rather awkward for Hogarth.
It's a good ball from Alistair Johnson, spotting the runner Tenecti. And then Hogarth, I think he should do better there, really. Didn't want to take a chance, but I think he should be catching that.
Nigran flicked it in. Liam Scales, some save from Hogarth, and Midas overhead drops wide.
Yeah, you could say Hogarth made amends there. Good header from Liam Scales. Gets the run, uses the pace of the ball. Maida with the acrobatics.
Bonnie Stewart has gone off, and Ben Parkinson on loan from Newcastle makes his 7th appearance for Falkirk, all of them as a sub. He scored in the Scottish Cup at Hearts in January, but was then injured. Ten minutes to go, plus whatever will be added on here. Falkirk back in this game through Kyrell Wilson. And what a goal it was. Spencer. Parkinson gets his first touch. That's a foul by Maida on Tate. A little tension in the air at Celtic Park. The defending champions only have a slender lead now. McCann here for Parkinson. He's found a way out of there.
He did really well initially. Mr. Johnson playing the percentages there. Iheanacho's got to make his run earlier on that side of the ball and give his teammates something to hit.
Kyrell Wilson's certainly been an effective sub. He's seen off Sarachi here. Is he going for goal again? Straight at Sinisalo, and Ethan Ross was screaming for a pass.
Well, Sarachi tried to half him by the touchline because he's thinking, if he faces me up, I'm in trouble. He has looked really dangerous. And that's aside from his goal, which was sensational.
Actually, Chamberlain surging forward, stopped by Connor Allen. Tenecti, Oxalate Chamberlain. Tenecti, it found a way through to guess who? Dives in, Maida again! Celtic going first in the title run-in and doing what they have to do.
It's a good finish. It's a much-needed goal for Celtic just to quell the nerves inside the stadium. Good play from Tenecti on that right-hand side, direct, pulls the ball back, and Maida's onto it in a flash. Adams on his heels, and then it's about can he finish, and he finishes it brilliantly, goes back across the goalkeeper. That's the key. And Hogarth can't get down in time, it's too far away from his left hand. Just finding form at the right time, maybe.
Well, 17 games without a goal, and now 3-2. He's back doing what he does. He's moved into double figures for this season after that astonishing 33-goal tally last season. They've been harder to come by for sure.
And Martin O'Neill can breathe again.
It seems there will be no nervous ending unless Falkirk have something else to say here. Celtic getting the job done again, and that's all that counts right now.
It is, but they've really been pushed, haven't they, this evening?
Sarachi tidies up. Nigran. Well, this is how it's looking at the moment. Celtic moving above Rangers and level on points with Hearts. Celtic's goal difference inferior compared to the other two. Rangers have certainly been banging in plenty of goals lately. They're home to Motherwell tomorrow, and of course it's Hibs v Hearts. Celtic going first in the opening round of post-split fixtures. And Scales lost out to Wilson, who gets his cross in, and it was good work from Engels to get back there and intercept. Tenepti. Not bad from him either. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Over to Maida. Adams gets the throw off Dyson Maida. He's on a hat-trick, but hasn't got much time left to complete it.
Third Celtic goal has just seemed to knock the stuffing out of John McGlynn's team.
Nigran, Johnston. Been a classic Dyson Maida of old performance as he moves in again on Adams.
And got his goals, got his reward. I don't think he's ever been in a situation. I know, talk of him wanting to leave and what have you, but as far as I've seen, sometimes his quality isn't there, but he's always put his all in the Celtic jersey.
The yellow card here for Liam McCann, who lost the ball and got rather frustrated about it. Tinekti. Nigran. That's a big miss for what would have been. Oh, the flag has gone up anyway to spare his blushes.
Smiling to himself. Wonderful pass, but he does go early there. Maybe a relief he missed in the end. I mean, that's a horrible miss.
Henry Cartwright is going to come on for Dylan Tate meanwhile.
Gets the camera there. There's Maida.
Henry Cartwright on loan from Leicester, scored against Rangers this season, sent off at Hampden a week ago as Falkirk's Scottish Cup hopes took a dive, and so did he. So there will be just 3 minutes added on. Wilson. Cartwright just on. Miller. Adams. Collected by Sinisalo. Johnson hung in there. Nigran. Trusty will use Sinisalo. A couple of minutes remain. Miller unable to feed Parkinson. Cartwright. Cartwright pings one over towards Wilson. That's some pass. Wilson gets the better of Sirachi again, but Scales comes across to deal with Adams. Corner kick.
Wilson once again, he's really caught the eye since he's come on for Falkirk.
Dylan Maida confirmed as the man of the match over the public address. Well, Falkirk have the final word, if not anything to show for it. Calvin Miller's corner dealt with by Scales. McCann. Going to be another corner. Which Ethan Ross will take. We will look back on moments in this game where things might have happened for Falkirk. Ethan Ross's corner, Trusty takes it away for another one. A series of Falkirk corners to end the game. This may well be the last action. Allen came close to scoring with a header. Calvin Miller sends it in there. Commanding header from Liam Scales. It's retrieved by Cartwright. Now Wilson. Scales is there again, and that is that. Martin O'Neill's Celtic move level on points with Hearts at the top. They've managed to come up with another result thanks to Dyson Maida, who looked like his old self today. A couple of goals and forever hounding Falkirk. Kieran Tierney smashed one in as well. That was brilliant. And Falkirk's score wasn't too bad either. Kyrell Wilson with an absolutely spectacular strike. Celtic do indeed do what was needed, and that's pretty much been the way of things for them of late, regardless of performance.
Yeah, it was just about the 3 points today into the final straight now, having the first game of the weekend, trying to exert a bit of pressure on Hearts and Rangers, who play tomorrow. That man in the picture there, absolutely first class with his pressing. A couple of goals, and Celtic make that first step in the final push for yet another title.
After 17 games without a goal, Dyson Maeda is back scoring, and how crucial could that be in this run-in? Alistair Johnston back in the team as well. It ends at Celtic Park. Celtic 3, Falkirk 1.